guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a subscriber requested video on how I use my majors only decks. So this question actually has come up quite a bit from several subscribers, and actually people have asked me these questions over on Instagram. They say they found these wonderful decks, you know, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, the artwork is amazing, but it's majors only, you know, and some people feel that it is incomplete. And how would somebody even work with using only 22 cards, you know, as opposed to the entire gamut of 78 cards? All right, so these are my 4 majors only decks, and actually these 2 I printed myself. So if you look at my video on, you know, free decks that are on the internet, a couple of these are in that video, but there's several people who online that will like create some images and then post it online for free for people to download, but you have to print it yourself. And so I printed them at makeplayingcards.com, and I just kind of like found a little box and then printed out the, I don't know, cover and like taped it on. But anyway, okay, so how do I use these decks? So let's actually take out my Lisa Frank deck since it's here. And some people are like, oh wow, oh my gosh, Lisa Frank, so cute. But it's only 22 cards. So what do we do with this? Well, first of all, I actually use my majors only deck in one of my offerings on my Etsy shop and on my website. It's the aromatherapy tarot reading. So what I do is the reading that I do uses a majors only deck, and I'll pull like 4 cards based on some major changes somebody wants to make in their life in a particular area. Like let's say they want to get more fit, or they want to open themselves up to romance or something like that. I will use the majors only decks because this is a major life event. You know, they want to make some major changes. And remember that the minor arcana just kind of helps us out with the day-to-day, you know, whereas this is more the major themes going on in our lives. And so if I am helping somebody to create change, a bigger change of what's going on overall in their life and not just their day-to-day, I'm going to use my majors only. And connected to each of these majors only cards, I have a particular essential oil scent. So I've kind of made my own notes. And, you know, I have a scent that's connected to the star card. I have a scent that's connected to the devil. So basically, when I do somebody's reading and I pull the 4 cards, those are the 4 essential oils. They're going to be in that person's personal aromatherapy blend. You know, so that's one way that I use these. Another way, and let's go ahead and just bust out another deck to show you guys. Let's bust out Pusheen. Okay, but another way that I use these cards is for significators. So if I'm doing a reading and I want a card that represents the energy of the person that I'm reading for right now, I think that it's better to get more of a true theme about where they are in their lives instead of just kind of like the day-to-day with the minors. So let's say I pull a card and they're in a tower moment right now. Okay, that tells me something about that person's overall energy at this time. And now I can maybe use another tarot deck or an oracle deck to start pulling more cards and see, kind of getting into the nitty gritty of where this person, you know, might want to go, and some blocks and, you know, things like that. But also, speaking of blockages, I think that you could use majors only decks for those as well. Like where, like let's say I gave this a little shuffle right now. I'd say, or ask the question, what is one of the biggest blocks I have going on in my life right now? One of the biggest blocks is the Moon card. So maybe it is, you know, my fear of the unknown, you know, not being able to have all of the answers of what happens next. And that ends up preventing me from moving forward and creates blockages, you know, and I could pull now some other, maybe using another tarot deck, or I can use an oracle deck or even Lenormand to help me dive a little bit deeper into this. So this is really good for big, major things, major blockages, major life themes. Is, you know, a wonderful way to use your, oh hey, that's cute, use your majors only decks. Another thing is you can do, and I have done entire readings with majors only. Like I said, I've done it with my aromatherapy reading. Let's actually pull up my Hello Kitty. And these two actually I got straight from Japan. There was a nice couple that sent this to me on eBay. Okay, so let's say I'm doing some major work on myself. I'm doing some shadow work. I don't, care about the little day-to-day stuff. I want to use my intuition and really dive in to what's going on, in my shadows. And let's say one of my major shadows right now is the tower. Wow, that just kind of keeps coming up for me. There you go. Now you guys know. But yeah, I mean, that's true though. With majors only, it kind of puts some of the major things going on in your life right in your face, instead of, we're having some issues with money. So like, maybe some coins cards comes up, your pentacles, or, I'm having some emotional issues. But where is that all stemming from? This is like the mother lode right here. Where are some of those shadows stemming from? Yeah, you may have issues with money. Yes, you may have issues with, committing to people. But where is that really coming from? And that's what the majors can help you with. You could also use your majors only decks, let's say for using them as, well, they are archetypal, but using them to represent certain people in your life, and then pulling cards on them. So like, let's say, show me a card that represents my best friend. My best friend is the star card. Oh, hey, Steph. That is my best friend, actually. A card that represents my boyfriend. Death card. That's funny because, well, he's a Scorpio. So, things like that. And then now I can use my intuition to really dive into this card. What does this say about my best friend? And how is that connected to me? Why has my vibration brought her into my life? Also with my boyfriend, what about my vibration has decided that I need somebody who's really into transformation and things like that into my life. And now I can also pull some other cards if I want, but I'm working with major themes here. So for me, I'm never really going to turn down a majors only deck. But, sometimes I have to find the right kind. And I think I've had another, like a fifth deck, but it didn't really work with me. But yeah, I mean, I have 4 decks here, and sometimes that just kind of goes off of what I'm feeling or the person that I'm reading for. I tend to choose decks based on their energy, and what I think they would best connect to, so that they could really get more out of the reading. Because people if they're put off by the cards, I feel that they're so focused on, I'm put off by the cards, they're not listening to the message. And so oftentimes I'll just go based on, their energy and what I think they would connect with, so that they can really be open to the reading. This one, which is called just translated to the spiritual tarot. Again, it's just 22 cards. And I use this deck most of the time when I'm doing my aromatherapy reading. And actually it's plastic cards. So if I do actually get oils on them and stuff like that, it's not going to ruin my deck, which is why I like to use it with my aromatherapy reading. But also, yeah, like I said, so if you're wondering, okay, I have a majors only deck, or I'm thinking about getting a majors only deck, know that there's several things that you could do with it. You could assign a certain color maybe to each card, and put together a wardrobe based on that. I assign essential oils to each of the 22 cards. And so that's how I do personal oil blends in somebody's aromatherapy tarot reading. You could assign flowers and put together a bouquet, so this would be really fun for that. And at the same time, you're doing a reading. So you're not just saying, okay, the sun represents sunflowers, but also I'm doing a reading. What does that mean within the reading? What does the sun card mean within the reading? If you're doing a reading about yourself or somebody else, and you want a card to represent their energy, I think that a majors only card would be best for that. And then of course you can use another deck and, you know, do a reading for them. Or if you're doing some major life events, you're really trying to get to the core of something. Let's not pussyfoot around and mess with the, you know, the swords cards and the cups and the pentacles and the wands and all of that. Let's get to the core of why that's occurring in your life, and see then using the, you know, other cards in the deck, you know, maybe another tarot deck. Okay, so now where is this, you know, issue that's coming from the emperor in your life? Now where is that, you know, playing out? Okay, that's playing out in the cups, in your emotions, your intuitions, playing out in the swords, playing out on your mind and, you know, your ideas and things like that. So this is really good, like I said, for shadow work, for getting to the core of an issue. Also really good for archetypes, showing the energy of the people in your life, the energy that you're in. And then maybe after a reading, you're like, okay, these are the things I have to work on. You work on those things, and then you go back maybe a month later and you pull another card. What energy am I in now? And it's fun to see how your energy has shifted, you know, and of course, write all this down so that you can see your progress over time. So a tarot journal is, you know, fabulous for that. But these are just some of my suggestions. You know, sometimes I do full-on readings with just the 22 cards because, you know, I'm looking for some major things. You know, I want to see the major archetypes going on in that particular section of my life, or the person that I'm reading for, section of their life. So that's by no means an exhaustive list of how you could use the 22 major arcana cards, but that's just how I've been using them. And, you know, people have asked me how I've been using them, so I just thought I would make a little video. I hope this is helpful. Like I said, it's just a few ways of several ways that you can do it. So definitely check you know, out on YouTube. You know, maybe there are some other people that have other ideas, but you know, I just kind of would throw in my little 2 cents. So anyway, I hope you guys dug this, and if you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, I might be using one of these decks. Check out www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. Like I said, my aromatherapy tarot reading, I have scrying, I have mediumship readings, I have Lenormand readings, I have, a lot of things that I make, like my room and body sprays. Using my decks, my salves, my Wally's World Oracle, which I created a couple of years ago. But if you're looking for more witchy items, maybe head over to Desert Cauldron. It's all one word, over on Etsy, or check us out on Instagram at desert.cauldron. And who are we? We are James over at Light of Riga, and me, Kittens, Waits, and Tarot. And together we create awesome witchy items, one-of-a-kind witchy items for your one-of-a-kind witchy practice. So a lot of stuff is either created by local artisans and our friends over in the local reservations here in Arizona, or they're things that we've created using antiques, because we like to kind of mix that into our, you know, kind of magical practice, and hopefully it connects with you. So come dance in the desert with us over at Desert Cauldron. All of my other links are down below for my Leon Mystery School, where I teach Mayan astrology alongside other teachers and subjects. I also have my newsletter, which only comes out once a month, and I don't play the spam game or anything. So you hear from me on the first of every month, and then that's it. But it has like witchy goodness, arts and crafts ideas, decks that I'm using, channels that I'm watching, books that I'm reading, herbs that I'm using, things like that. So if that interests you, go ahead and sign up through my website, kittenswaitsandtarot.com. But like I said, the link is down below. And I have my Patreon homies, and they get lots of different goodies depending on their tier, either once a week, once a month, and some things are once a year as well. So anyway, go check out all that stuff down below. I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.